Well, g'day tubes. Yes, my coat looks shrunker, but I got 3 layers of clothes on. It's only 11 degrees in the shop Celsius. So I got coat and shirt and bib coveralls. It's cold, and I'm too cheap to turn up the furnace. So anyways, these old Tecumseh mowers, they just keep coming. That's my MTD tractor back there. I'm working on it. It's a project. So this one, another friend of a friend, right? Word of mouth. He says that he fills up the gas tank and the carburetor just drains the gas. So my thought is there's a pinhole in the brass float in the carburetor. But I haven't looked at it. All I've done is push it into the garage and we'll put it on the hoist and we'll go to step 2. So let's do that. Alright. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect the gas line, get a funnel, and we'll just put some gas with the gas line and verify that that's what's going on. When the customer dropped this off, I could smell gas. So obviously something's not right. So let's just get on with that. Excuse me for cutting in front of you. So it's really weird being all alone and talking to a camera. I'm sure the neighbors think I'm nuts, eh? Okay, let's see what happens here. It's going down. Oh yeah. Oh. Well, it's definitely leaking gas everywhere. He says he put a carb kit in it himself. So that is leaking. But it almost looked like it was, I'm going to do that again because it almost looked like it was leaking right through here, which it could. Oh, okay, it's coming out the back and the front. Okay, carburetor. I'm going to take it off with these 2 screws right against the intake manifold there. See that? Put it back here. There we go. There's one. Excuse me. So I'm saying excuse me to a video camera. You guys hear? Man, this is the second motor in a week and a half that I've had this happen to. Look at that. I know. I do use Permatex on maybe an assembly gasket, but whenever it's got anything to do with fuel, I don't. It just gets in there. Let's just get a flashlight, guys. Excuse me for just a minute. I know I'm shaking. Okay, there is the intake. and there's Permatex going into the intake manifold. Right there. Whoops, right there. Sorry about that. So we'll just, man. Alright, let's get this carburetor off of here. As soon as I saw this red stuff, I knew I was looking at the camera. Action! Let's get a 1/2 inch wrench. Ooh, that feels cross-threaded too. Look at the gas coming out of there. He said he put a carb kit in it, but why is it full of dirt? Can you guys see how much dirt is in there? So I'm going to remove this brass float and we're going to see if there's liquid inside. No, there isn't. It's good. Okay, tubes, this is that carburetor that leaked. And remember, I noticed it was leaking out of the side. Well, that's where it was leaking out of the side. Right there. Now, I know I'm going to get 1,000 statements saying I can get this and that, but I've got lots of spares around here, so I just used a spare. So that's the final issue with this abandoned carburetor. See you, tubes. Don't forget, this was the one that had the Permatex on the intake manifold. Alright guys, I just changed out the carburetor with an old one I had. Made sure it was clean. In fact, like I said, it was the one that had the plastic float in it to start with. We've got flexibility on the throttle. And we'll just take it down and see if it starts. I'm going to put a new, how can I say this? If I could only speak, eh? The guy has a YouTube channel and he can't speak. I'm going to put a new primer bulb on it if it runs. In fact, it might not prime very good the way it's sitting, but you never know. I'll just prime the heck out of it. Let's see if it goes. Well, let's try a little bit of persuasion. Oh gosh, do we have more than one problem? I'm going to turn you off. Okay, tubes, I got it. My bad. This, right underneath here, this spring is attached to that arm. And on this carburetor, when I put it away, that arm was on the other side of the nut. So it was actually here instead of there. And that's why I had a hard time starting it. I could get it to fire, but I couldn't get it to take. It was my bad that time. On the replaced carburetor, I used the intake manifold and everything, so. There's funny little things that'll sidetrack you. So this was the one with the Permatex on the intake manifold and the leaky carb on the old side, so thanks. Alright guys, this is the test demo. I did put a new primer button on here, so I'll just give her the test demo and we'll be done. So this was the new carburetor, new old carburetor with the plastic float. One way I test the primers is when it's running and you give this a couple of shots, the engine should sputter, and that's pretty much tells you that the primer bulb was okay. We'll just do it again. There you go. Thanks a lot, guys.